Hello, Mama T back again here on this Saturday. Last Saturday I did a full face of Elf, and if I can figure out how to link that below, I will do it. But you know, I don't know what I'm doing, so maybe not. Anyway, today I'm going to do a full face of Laura Geller. I really like Laura Geller. It's different. It's a powder foundation, so it doesn't do the coverage like a liquid does, in my opinion. But we'll try that today and see how that comes out. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. I have already put on all of my skincare, so we're going to go right into using a primer, and this is the Laura Geller Spackle Skin Perfecting Primer. That's what it looks like. And I like it comes with a pump, and you just pump some on your hand and then put it on your face like any other primer. Feels good. It's got a good silky feel to it. So we'll let that sit on the face while we go ahead and do our eyes. You know, I always like to do my eyes first to give the other stuff time to soak into my skin. So we'll go ahead and do that. So the next thing I'm going to do is do the eyeshadow. And for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Laura Geller, the Best of the Best Baked Full Face Basics. They're right there, and you can order this directly off the Laura Geller website, and she has deals all the time. You can, if you keep watching, I think I saw this the other day. Might have been a link on Facebook, and you know, sometimes those are real and sometimes they're not, and I thought I saw one for like $29, but you know, don't quote me on that. It's best to go to the Laura Geller website because, like I say, she has sales all the time. I have an all-over eyeshadow brush that is also Laura Geller. I'm going to try to use as much as I can from Laura Geller. Only thing I won't be using is mascara because, you know, if you've watched any of my videos, me and regular mascara just don't get along. So I will be using my normal Thrive Cosmetics. First, I'm going to go over here to this color in the middle, and I'm going to make that like a base eyeshadow and put that all over my eye. I'm going to look up here into my mirror, which is right behind where you're sitting. So you'll see me looking both places. Again, I'm just still trying to figure out how to do all this. I also just got a new little camera, and it keeps wanting to go to black screen while I'm trying to record. So I don't know. I don't think that's probably not a good thing for it to do. I have a second all over eyeshadow brush, Laura Geller. And I'm going to go into the dark color right here on the end. That color right there. And it's called Almond. The first color was called Sunstone. This color is called Almond. And remember, you always want to look straight ahead and use a light touch and start adding your darker color. Because if you go straight in with way too much dark, it's hard to get it off. It'll, especially if you've used, well, I forgot my eyeshadow primer again. And I've got it sitting right here in front of me. But that's, you know, there again, it'll be all right. But look straight ahead and start swiping it on. If you don't have hooded eyes or that bunch of skin hanging there, you might not have to do it that way. You can just go into your regular way of doing it, but that's the way I have to do. And just keep swiping that on. You'll see me touching the camera because, like I say, the screen keeps going dark. Something else I'm going to have to figure out how to fix. I'm going to go back to that first eyeshadow brush, go over here in the lightest color here on this end. That one is called Oyster. And I'm going to take some Oyster and put it up under the eyebrow. Again, swiping a little bit into the eyebrow to get off any skincare that may be up in there, because I already did my toner, my moisturizer, my eye cream, and all that is already on my face. So that's not too bad. And then I always, pretty well every time I wear eyeshadow, I go down here to this baked highlighter. Portofino is the name of it. I get some on my finger and I put it on right on the eyelid. I do that because it's a real shiny color and it will brighten up the eye. So I do that pretty well no matter what brand of eyeshadow I'm wearing. I usually do that. I'm going to take a little bit more of that dark color, but I always feel like this eye I don't get enough on. Do you feel that way when you're doing your makeup? one side looks like it comes out good, the other side doesn't. I don't understand. Just one of those things. Yeah. So now that we have our eyeshadow on, it doesn't look too bad. We're going to go to our eyebrows. I have two Laura Geller eyebrow things. First, I have this Bravo Brow soft pencil and brush, and it's like a typical eyeshadow eyebrow brush. You have your spoolie on one end and the pencil on the other. So we'll use that a little bit to get it started. So I'm going to kind of lean in where you can see and I can see. These eyebrow pencils are okay. I still am a big fan of the e.l.f. waterproof eyebrow pencil. That's the one I usually use every day because to me, for my eyebrows, it just does the best. I don't know what it is about that one, but it just works well for me. But you know, you have to find the one that works well for you. This is the Laura Geller one, and it does okay. I mean, it colors it in like it's supposed to. It's just one of those personal preference things. Whatever you get used to, right? That's what you get used to, and that's what you use. Put the caps back on that. I also have, and here is my oh my gosh, my eyelid primer that I should have used before my eyeshadow, and it's kind of an odd little thing. It's got a brush on the end, and you turn the bottom, it twists, and the color comes out up here. It's a colored eye primer, but yeah, too late for that today. So, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like. The other thing I have from Laura Geller is an Incredible waterproof brow pencil. It says crayon and blonde. That's what this is. Sort of similar. It's got the spoolie on one end. The difference in it though is it's a creamy pencil. The other one is a pencil you have to sharpen. This is a creamy, and I'll just put a little bit on too so you can see it's more of a creamy, which maybe that's why I like the e.l.f. better, because it is a creamy. It's not the hard pencil like thing. I had another one of those Laura Geller pencils, and I tried to sharpen it, and it just did all kind of odd stuff. Like this, I guess I didn't have the Laura Geller sharpener, so this clear plastic piece of material started coming out of it as I'm trying to sharpen it, and I just kind of, I think I might have threw that away, because I don't know, I guess you have to have specifically the Laura Geller eyebrow pencil sharpener to sharpen it correctly. Okay, so that's pretty good. Next we're going to do our eyelashes. I'm going to take my curler, as I always do, and try to get a little bit of curl in these straight lashes. As I've said, I have short, straight lashes. So, you know, it's a constant struggle with me trying to get some curl into them, trying to get some length, and trying to get some fullness. That's just, you know, I fight with it every day. I don't know why. You'd think about after all these years I'd accept it and just move on, but I still try. So there, we got them curled as much as they're gonna curl. Then I take, I'm gonna stick with my Thrive mascara. Everything else is Laura Geller except for this. And I just have to use this because nothing else works good on my short little lashes. So we just go in, start swiping that on. I'm gonna look up in the mirror. I think this tube may be getting down a little. I'm gonna have to order another. So I want to start looking for it to go on sale, because it's either $24 or $26 a tube. Usually I will order two, because if you order a certain amount you get free shipping. But I have noticed some Facebook posts where they've been having free shipping quite often for Thrive. They've been introducing new eyebrow crayon looking things. I don't have any of those. Well, I do have one by e.l.f. No, actually I do. I have a Laura Geller one. But Thrive has also come out with them, and I've been seeing those advertised a lot, and they say free shipping. So, you know, with the holidays coming up, they may be doing that because of that. I also know Amazon Prime days are coming up, and I'm looking forward to that. And I sent this little meme to my friend the other day, and it said that my Amazon cart is now up to like $1 million. You know, that's just about the truth. I don't know if everybody does that, but I do. I'm constantly adding stuff to my Amazon cart, taking it out, occasionally placing an order, but that's what I do. I do it with Walmart too. I'm constantly I keep a Walmart cart at all times. But that's usually mainly groceries. Next, I'm going to go in with my Laura Geller concealer. I brought my glasses in here this time. See, I'm learning. See if I can read what this says. These are just Dollar Tree reading glasses. This is light 150, so they do work. They help a lot. It's Laura Geller, the Ideal Fix Concealer in number 150 light. So I've already I always kind of shake it around to make sure, because I do have it laying in a drawer where I keep my makeup. And I'm gonna, let's see, I'll try to do this here. I've been trying to do better with this. They say put a spot there and a spot over there. Something to that effect, so that's what we're gonna do. I have the Laura Geller concealer brush that I'm going to use to mix it in. That's what this is right here, Laura Geller concealer brush. And I'm pretty sure when you order the concealer, the brush comes with it, or mine did, and I've seen that since, that's like a deal you can get, that when you order the concealer, the brush comes with it. So we just start swiping that in, trying to get it mixed in. And I do like this concealer pretty good. You know, it's kind of funny. I've always heard of this the Tarte Shape Tape. Tarte Shape Tape. So they had a sale recently where you could get 4 products at like 40 or 50% off. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. And you know, I've tried it one time and I didn't really like it. Well, one thing, I don't think I got the right color, because it was too light. And then it really seemed to cake up in my wrinkles under my eyes. Maybe it's me, I don't know, because you know, normally everybody loves that stuff. But for me, it was just, I'll try it again, because I did buy it. Even though I did get it for $16, which is a great deal. It must have been 50% off, because I think it's $32. Anyway, back to Laura Geller. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Laura Geller Baked, Balance, and Brighten. This is the powder foundation, and my color is light. And that's what it looks like. It's really cute the way it's got all those things swirling through it, isn't it? And to put that on, you also, when you order that, you get a kabuki brush that comes with it. You just take the lid off, pull that down. And I know I've seen videos of Laura Geller applying this, and she says, you know, if you want just a little color, leave it all the way out. If you want more coverage, kind of do it like that and tap it and that sort of thing. I just use it with it open, swirl it in there and start putting it on your face. And this is by no means a full coverage foundation. It is very light coverage. I even tried one day, I thought, well, I'm gonna put it on a couple times, you know, put it on, wait a few minutes and put it on some more. Yeah, no, don't do that. I had an orange face. That does not work, or it did not work for me. You could try you could try it, but I would advise against that. I always go up under the hairline, but you can see the first time I used it, I thought, wow, this is not doing anything. But it does. It covers your face. Again, if you wanted to get more coverage in certain spots, she says to do it like that and kind of tap it. I have a place there on my face where I had a spot burned by the dermatologist. It's one of those old sunspots. So that's the foundation. So the kabuki brush, you just put that back up there, and then you're done with that part. I'm going to do my bottom lashes now. I don't do that until I put on my concealer. So I'm going to attempt this. Again, I'm not good at this because I hardly have any bottom lashes. The ones I do have are either blonde or white, or I should say either blonde or gray. So I can't see them. I just kind of have to, you know, go around over there. My husband is mowing the grass once again. I think he was doing that last time I filmed a video. He gets out there about every Saturday and does something. He loves to work outside, which, you know, I'm glad that he does. It's good for him, good exercise. And, you know, then I don't have to do it. So that's why I'm really glad. So I'm done with the mascara, done with that. So next we're going to put on some blush. For that, we're going to go back to this palette that I started with, where I got the eyeshadow from. Well, first I'm going to put on this baked body frosting, and this is Tahitian Glow, and I have this is the Laura Geller dual-ended blush plus bronzer brush. I'm reading it so you can't, because I had to have it facing me. I'm going to take the side that's a little smaller, and I'm going to go into this that they call a body frosting, I guess, saying that you could use it wherever you want it. I'm going to use it as a bronzer right here on my face, kind of up on it. I like this stuff. I think it works really good. It's not real dark at all. Again, if you want more, you can build it up if you want to keep adding to it. Now get up on the hairline to cover that place that has no suntan up in there. So that's the bronzer. I'm going to flip the brush over, go over here into the Baked Blush and Brighten Pink Buttercream. Well, I'd like to have some buttercream. I could eat some I could eat a cupcake with some buttercream icing. How about you? You know, I know some people don't like buttercream icing, but boy, I do. Some people prefer the kind that has like Cool Whip in it, but nah, give me the fattening kind. You know, if I'm going to eat it, might as well go all the way. Plus, I just like it better. I know y'all thinking, man, this woman's just kind of nuts, but you know, that's just how I am. That I do have to really watch with this highlighter. I'm sorry, blush. I am so bad to try to call blush highlighter. It's not highlighter, it's blush. But it will go on really dark. You have to really watch it. Then I'm going to, the only thing I have used in this palette is the Baked Highlighter French Vanilla. And that's right here in the middle. I meant to bring another brush, but I'll just use one I've got laying here. I do have one of those switch things that you can swipe your brushes across to clean them, but of course, you know, I never think to get it out. I'm going to go into that and just use just the tiniest little bit. I do not like for my face to be real shiny. I will put a little, but not much. So that's pretty well all we're going to use this palette for. We did our eyeshadow, our blush, our bronzer, and our highlighter, and then I used the other color on my eyes too for the lid to brighten them up. So we're done with that. We're almost finished. This is not going to be that long of a video. I mean, I could stop right there, put on the lipstick and say I'm done. But one thing I do, which is totally not necessary, but there again, you know, that's just how I am. I have this Laura Geller Filter Finish Radiant Setting Powder, and it says Universal on it. And I think this is just the cutest thing because look at that. Isn't that strange? Again, I think all these colors are so that it can do some color correcting on your face. So I just want to set under my eyes a little bit where I put on the concealer. So I'm just swiping. I've got it. This is an e.l.f. Uh-oh, something else that's not Laura Geller. I don't have any pads of Laura Geller, but this is an e.l.f. one, a big one. And I'm just kind of go up into the T-zone just a little bit. Again, we had powder foundation, so that's really not necessary. And two, if I feel like I have too much blush on or too much bronzer, I'll kind of go over that, and that kind of, whoa, now it doesn't look like I might have went a little too much there. But the main thing is to get under your eyes to set that concealer and through your T-zone because you don't want it to be shiny, or that's me. And I just think that's just the cutest little thing. So there's that. And then the last thing we have to do are the lips. I'm going to start out with using a Laura Geller Modern Classic Invisible Color Locking Lip Liner in clear. And the reason I got this, and I just recently got this, had to get this off Amazon because Laura Geller site has been sold out, and there's what it looks like. And it's supposed to help keep your lipstick from bleeding. I do have a lot of wrinkles around my mouth, both top and bottom. And so, you know, anything I can use to try to keep that lipstick from bleeding, I'll try it. So I just kind of go over it. You can't see it, so, you know, it's just a guessing game. Is there really anything there? I don't know. I can't tell. Next, I'm going to use the Laura Geller Modern Classic Waterproof Lip Liner. This is in Beautiful Berry. That's the color of it. That's what it looks like. And I think it matches the lipstick I'm going to use really well. Here's the lipstick I'm going to use is Plum Happy. And you can see they are very close match. So I'm going to use the lip liner. I'm just going to go right over that other lip liner or above it just a slight little bit. Again, I'm having to look over here in my mirror because I can't see that well if I try to look at the camera. So I'm going to go over here. Again, I don't spend a lot of time with lip lining. I just do it and move on. Then I'm going to take that Plum Happy lipstick, and Laura Geller has different kinds of lipstick. It depends on the kind you get as to what kind of tube that it comes in. This one comes in this pretty gold color container. But I also have some that come in a black container like this. This one is that marbled lipstick, which is really cool if you look at how it's made. But I can't tell it really does anything. I've tried using it. I'll put a little bit on. It doesn't really have much color. See, if it weren't for my lip liner, you probably couldn't see anything. So, but that's the marbled. Let me tell you what this one says. It says Italian marble lipstick, Honey Bun. The name of that one is Honey Bun. I'm going to go back over here. This one is, this is a Jelly Balm, this one in the gold package, hydrating lip color. And again, it's Plum Happy, so that's the difference. This is a jelly, this is a jelly balm, and this is the other is a lipstick. But I really like this one because it's got, you know, it's you can actually see it once you put it on. And it feels really good on the lip. It's really just like that on. You know, as usual, I made a mess with my lip liner, but you know, I do that every day. You can kind of hide it with your lipstick. Or you can take your fingers and swipe some of it off. And hopefully that first lip liner I put on will help that from bleeding into my wrinkles, because especially right here and up in here, something about this side of my mouth, it really wants to bleed. So there we go. Last step I'm going to do, I have some Laura Geller Spackle Mist. This is her setting spray. I really like this stuff. It has a great mister. It's more of a mist than a spray. It comes out very lightly. It just feels good, and it doesn't make a mess because it just sprays out. It's just such a good mist to it. So there's that, and I will try to do something with this hair, and I'll come back and show you the finished touch. So there we go. There is a full face of Laura Geller makeup. Like I say, I really like it. Just remember, if you purchase it, the Baked Balance and Brighten, it is a light coverage. So if you have real dark spots or a lot of dark sunspots, it may not work for you. However, she does also have liquid makeup, and I also have another, like a little, well, this is actually a concealer. She has another concealer that's in a little palette. But she does have liquid makeup. I have that. You try to wipe some of this off before you see, okay, before you see this, I got to get some of this off the edge because it looks horrible. That's the thing about these types of compacts though. If you go to use them and you make a mess, but that is a concealer. And then I also have a liquid makeup from her that comes in a tube. So she has that also, and it is much more coverage. I have actually taken that liquid, used it, and then went over it with the powder real light, the powder foundation real lightly. And that works well too if you want a lot of coverage. But there it is. That's that look for today using all Laura Geller products. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope that you will like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.